What would be the result of a cross between black-feathered chicken, represented by alleles BB, and a white-feathered chicken with genotype WW? A criterion is that cross should follow Mendel's laws of inheritance. According to Mendel's laws, all the offspring of F1 generation would be black, as it is the dominant trait. But do you know that Mendel's laws of inheritance do not apply universally, and there are a number of exceptions? One such exception is the above cross that yields a gray-feathered chicken with the genotype BW. The reason is that phenotypes may be blending types and are governed by two or more alleles belonging to gene C. Moreover, this blending between the parental phenotypes yielded a new color that does not abide by Mendel's laws of inheritance. Such exceptions which do not go according to Mendel's laws include incomplete dominance and codominance. Before learning these exceptions, let us recapitulate Mendel's laws of inheritance. The law of dominance states that hybrid offspring will only acquire the dominant trait in their phenotype. The allele that gets suppressed is the recessive allele, while the allele that decides the trait is the dominant allele. The law of segregation states that allelic pairs segregate during gamete formation, and the paired condition is restored during fertilization. The law of independent assortment states that when two pairs of traits are combined, the segregation of one pair of characters is independent of the other pair of characters during inheritance. Incomplete dominance and codominance fall under interallelic gene interactions, where two alleles located on the same gene locus on two homologous chromosomes interact for a phenotypic expression. What would you guess about the phenomenon of incomplete dominance from its name? To know about incomplete dominance is the phenomenon where neither the dominant nor the recessive traits of the parents are observed in the offspring. Instead, the F1 offspring are the intermediate between both parental traits. For instance, incomplete dominance is shown by the flower snapdragon Antirrhinum majus, represented by the gene C. When pure red variety RR was crossed with pure white variety WW, all the offspring in F1 generation were heterozygous pink, represented by RW, where it resembled neither of the parents due to blending of genes. When this heterozygous pink was self-crossed, the F2 generation exhibited the reappearance of pure parental traits with the ratio of red:pink:white, given as 1:2:1. In incomplete dominance, both phenotypic and genotypic ratios are the same. From the F2 generation, it becomes clear that both the red flower allele and white flower allele of parents express themselves in homozygous conditions. Another example of incomplete dominance is seen in humans representing the form of hair. Curly hair given by C1C1 is dominant, and straight hair given by C2C2 is a recessive trait, respectively. When individuals with these traits are crossed, an intermediate trait, wavy hair, is produced as a heterozygous trait given by C1C2. Let us see another type of interallelic gene interaction, codominance. Codominance is the phenomenon during which both the alleles are equally dominant and phenotypes of both the parents are simultaneously expressed in the same offspring. Heterozygotes exhibit traits of both alleles. One such example of codominance is the ABO blood groups of humans. Here, alleles A and B are expressed as A and B antigens respectively, present on the surface of red blood cells. In a population, homozygotes IAIA and IBIB express A and B phenotypes respectively, while the heterozygotes IAIB express both phenotypes equally, hence, the blood type is AB. A self-cross between heterozygotes expresses the three possible offspring genotypes, which are phenotypically distinct. Genotype and phenotype are the same as 1:2:1, thus, modifying the Mendelian ratio of 3:1. Moreover, codominance is also observed in some animals with respect to coat colors. For instance, a cross between a black-furred male cat with genotype BB and a white-furred female cat with genotype WW produces offspring with a black and white coat with genotype BW. Hence, coat color traits of both the parents are codominant, as both alleles are expressed in the progeny. Can you identify the differences between incomplete dominance and codominance? Now, let us look at multiple alleles. Normally, in diploid organisms, a gene coding for a single trait is controlled by two alleles, which can be in homozygous or heterozygous conditions. But in a population, sometimes, a single trait is controlled by three or more alleles, and are said to be multiple alleles. All these alleles occupy the same specific locus on the chromosome when present. Moreover, in a diploid cell, only two alleles can be present at a time on the homologous chromosomes. A well-known example of multiple alleles is the ABO blood grouping in humans. The inheritance is based on three alleles, IA, IB, or I. IA and IB are dominant, while I is recessive. The four human blood groups A, B, AB, and O are the four phenotypes, while the possible genotypes include IAIA, or IAIO, IBIB, or IBIO, IAIB, and IOIO, respectively. Therefore, we have understood the concept of incomplete dominance and codominance.